Kindle, right? Another kind of device. Okay, great. Thanks for participating. Those are, in fact, really good answers. So this is, in fact, despite the fact that it might say in the team screen, came up another title, but this is the I Like eBooks and I Cannot Lie the presentation that we're going to have here today. So I hope everyone ends up liking eBooks a lot at the end of this presentation. So the library does have eBooks or electronic books, and these are a few of the features that library eBooks have in general. They do have mobility, compatibility, ease of use, saves money, perpetual access, and searching. In terms of mobility, yeah, you can take them anywhere, especially if you have them downloaded to, as some of you mentioned, right, different portable devices like Kindle and other devices. If you download them onto your laptops, computers, they are compatible with different operating systems and different types of devices. You could save a trip to the library. So if we do have a particular book that you need and it is in an electronic format, then that's the idea behind having these library ebooks in our databases. Hopefully it will be saving you money because there are no late fees. You don't have to worry about returning a book late, and you don't have to worry about purchasing it because the books can be accessed by our campus students and professors. Some of the books, we are fortunate to have some of them in perpetual access. So the idea of perpetual access is that it's as if we had bought an actual physical book and put it on the shelf to be there forever and to be used by all the campus community. So we do have that particular type of purchasing option. But like print books, we don't have funds for all, but we do have some that are perpetual access. The rest are in a subscription format. And searching, there is very nice searching capabilities with all the ebooks at the book and chapter level. So many of the folks here probably have come because they want to know where are those ebooks. So, oh, sorry about that. This is one of the questions. Let's see. This is another poll. Have you ever used the library ebooks? You might have used other ebooks from other websites or other libraries. For example, Internet Archive is one that has the downloading capability for all kinds of ebooks. So I'll just want to know what people in the audience, what their experience has been with library ebooks. And then those that have, if you can just write later, and we can talk about that later in the chat, you can just write what were those library ebooks that you were able to use in the library. That would also be a good thing for us to know. Okay. So it looks like those that are answering, most have not used it, but hopefully at the end of this presentation, most of you will be encouraged to use more of our library ebooks. Okay, thanks for participating. So one of the ways that you can find library ebooks is through our library catalog. Not all of them are available there, but some are, and some specific publishers do have a way to send us these, what we call the bibliographic records, and then if you're on campus, you can access them. So I'm going to go quickly through the screenshots, and then we can go to the actual platform itself. So our library website does have on that first landing page a section in the middle called Catálogo. There you have what's called Búsqueda Avanzada. That's the advanced search of our library catalog. Once you are there, and this is the page that you'll see, you have a number of options, but in order to get to the ebooks, right, through the library catalog, make sure that you choose subject and whatever is it that you are searching for. Make sure that's a quick short phrase or word, cognition, for example. And then underneath, there are some other options. And the two important ones are the type of resource that you're looking for. In this case, it's an ebook. And the location, internet. And I always like to recommend folks to sort those results from new to old, just so you can see what was the most recent resource that the library was able to get or have with regards to that topic. So once you have these limits, then you click on search, and you should get a page similar to this one. It'll give you the list of results, right, of those ebooks, right? And the more recent ones will be on the top of the list. In order to get to the actual link, you click on the title. All of the titles are linkable. Once there, you'll see that the publisher, in this case, Springer, and we'll look at that in a bit, is one of the publishers that we have that offers us ebooks. And you'll have some links on the bottom. If you want to see those actual links, for example, the DOI, then you can click on catalog record and it will take you to that particular book. Again, not all of our ebooks are accessible via the library catalog, but many are. So let's look quickly at that, and I will show you real quick how we can get to that page. I'm gonna show you here. Okay, does everyone see this screen? Okay, hopefully. And this is the screen of the search page, okay? So if I were to write, let's just go ahead and do cognition. You have your computer, and if you want to just go along and do the same kind of search, okay, as we mentioned before. So here I'm looking for books, ebooks on cognition. Okay, we see if the library has those. Oh, this does sometimes happen, sorry about that. There is what's called the timeout. I'm also curious if anyone, and you can also answer that in the chat, if anyone has ever looked for ebooks through our library catalog. And here you have the book. And as I mentioned before, if you hit the catalog record, that other tab, you'll see here the link directly to the Springer ebook and the DOI, which we know is important, right, when we are writing our citations, right, for our reference lists. So if you're on campus, it will take you directly to the book. Okay. So I hope everyone was able to see that. So let's go back here. We'll share again our slide. Okay, so everyone should be seeing the slide again. Okay, but where are the rest of the ebooks, right? That's another question. So we can find some of them, right, via the library catalog. The rest you'll find in our list of databases, okay? And that's the direct URL where you would go. And these are some of the ones that we have. These are some of the ebook databases that we have. Cabbie books, Chemnet base, those are mostly dictionaries. We do have dictionary from the IEEE. We also have the ACS guide to scholarly communication. That's the ACS style manual. We have another dictionary, which is from the SEG Digital Library database, and that's a dictionary for applied geophysics. And then we have a number of other groups of books within larger aggregators that we have. For example, EBSCO. We have Ebook Collections through Proquest. That's another aggregator or vendor. We have eBook Central. Taylor and Francis offers us eBooks. Springer Nature. Proquest has another large one called Proquest One Academic. So we're going to look at a few of those. But these are some, and they are all related to different topics. Okay. So some of the downloading features that is a nice thing that eBooks have is that you can download, at least through our databases, the entire ebook. Some only permit you to download one chapter at a time. Some want you to read it online first. Then once you have clicked on read online, then you can go ahead and download either the entire book or the chapter or chapters that you're interested in. And the formats that are used to download these particular books, ebooks, and their chapters: PDF, EPUB, and HTML. So in order to access these ebooks, there are certain apps that your device should have first. So you should download Adobe Acrobat Reader. It's free. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Adobe Digital Editions is one that is specifically for EPUBs, because EPUB is the format that was specifically made for ebooks. So that is another one that can be downloaded. And of course, have access to internet, because you can also read them online, and that would be through HTML. And they are compatible with PCs, with Macs, so the different operating systems, and smartphones. So they are made so that they can be resized for any particular device, tablet, right, laptop, etc. And for those that are professors, instructors, TAs, if you are using Moodle, you can share the entire book or share the chapters of books with any campus faculty or campus student. And it's very important that that is noted. These books, we have perpetual access to them. We have subscription based databases, and these are attached to particular license agreements, and we have to abide by those. So if you are going to share them, we do recommend that you copy the DOI, and we saw that in the library catalog you were able to link through the DOI, the stable URL. Sometimes these are called permalinks or permanent URLs, or if none of those are available, then the browser URL. But that is what you should then add to your Moodle course and then share it with your students. They'll be able to access either the ebook or the chapter. And it might be in some cases that if they are accessing it remotely, they might be asked to authenticate, and that is the same type of authentication as when they access our databases. Springer Nature is one of the databases that we mentioned. This particular database, ebook database, has ebooks on all of these particular subjects. So if you are looking for books, ebooks related to behavioral science, biomedicine, cultural media studies, materials science, life sciences, business, environmental science. So it has quite a diverse amount of topics. At this point, we have a little over 17,000 subscribed ebooks, and those are obviously divided among all of those topics that I mentioned. So in that case, we don't own them. We do have a subscription to them. You can download the entire book, and they use both PDF or EPUB. It does let you see what the sources are that have cited that ebook. So that's a nice feature, similar to what you get in Google Scholar, is that lets you then see what other authors have written about that are similar to your topic. And it does have the capability of searching within the book. So let's look at that particular database. And I am glad that you are bearing with me. Okay, so you should be seeing this this page here. This is our list of databases. So if you are, and the easiest way to get there, if you are on the campus website, and hopefully everyone can see this. Let's see, it's taking a little while. You'll notice that there's a link here that says Biblioteca, and there's also here on the right-hand side, it's also Biblioteca. So it's two links there to get to the library website. Once there, you click on Recursos, and you'll see databases, bases de datos. To get to the Springer link, you can click on S, but also just to see what databases we have that are ebooks, you'll see here subject, and you'll also see all database types. So if you click here, you'll notice that we have in the database types ebook. So you can also click there and see what databases we have that include ebooks. All right, now we're going to go to S. You can scroll down, and in Springer we have here the link that takes you to all of them, but we also have links if you're just interested in looking and searching through particular ebooks that we have on all of these different subjects, as I had mentioned. And remember, I'm linking directly from campus, but if you are remote, you will be asked to authenticate. And again, it's your credentials, your campus credentials, the same ones for your email. So here we have what we have within Springer Link, right? And we have here the dates that we have so far of publication of those books. So you could go and look through them, but you can also do a search here. Okay. And this section here, we don't have it check marked, but you can go ahead and check mark that. This will bring up books that we do not subscribe to, which is okay if you are interested in doing interlibrary loan, if there's a book that we don't subscribe to. But we have it checked off so you can see only the ones that we have a subscription to. So that is what makes the difference when you click here on include preview only content. Okay. So if we do a search on sustainability, okay, and here it dropped significantly the amount. And if you want to see a particular title, click on the link. And here you have a few things that Springer Link these ebooks have. One of the things you can do is obviously download the entire ebook in PDF format or download it in EPUB. First, you have already downloaded on your device the apps that we mentioned. If you don't want to download it completely, you can also search through, right? You can search here within the book to get to a particular chapter. And then if that's what you're interested in, you can download any of the single chapters. Another nice feature that SpringerLink has is this area of metrics. So as I mentioned, it can tell you the citations, how many times it has been cited, and also how many times it has been downloaded. So here you have that the book that you just found, Well-being, Sustainability, and Social Development. 8 other sources are citing this book or citing some of the chapters of this book. So this is a nice feature. So it lets you know the level of interest that this particular ebook might have. Again, when you click on these, we won't necessarily have, right, these particular articles or other ebooks available, but you can always do an interlibrary loan and then be able to get that particular book that is cited or article that is cited, that particular book that you are looking at. Okay. So hopefully that one is one that folks will be looking at and using. And again, as I mentioned, it has quite a number of topics. So let's get back to our slide. So we saw their SpringerLink. ChemNetBase is another one that we have. That's another ebook database. This one has specifically dictionaries, and they're dictionaries specifically for chemistry and engineering, chemical engineering, and any other disciplines or fields that might need dictionaries related to chemistry. You have the combined chemical dictionary, you have dictionary of food compounds, you have the properties of organic compounds, dictionary of drugs. So all of these can be searched within this particular database. And this database also has one handbook. It's the CRC Handbook of Chemistry and Physics right now. The online version is the 102nd edition from 2021. If you want to bookmark chapters, you should create an account within ChemNetBase with your campus email, and then you can save any chapters and go back to your account and look at those chapters. The chapters or the sections within those dictionaries and the handbook can be downloaded in PDF. The browser URL can be used, so you can add it to your course. And of course, your students, if they're accessing remotely, they can authenticate with their campus email. So let me quickly show you that one. Okay, and I believe here we have, let me see if I can get to the correct one. This is our ChemNetBase. So again, if you go to the library databases, the list of library databases, you click on letter C, you will scroll down and get to ChemNetBase. So this is their launching page. And if you scroll down, here are the actual dictionaries. So depending on what you are looking for, here's Dictionary of Marine Natural Products. You can enter, right, any of these, or you can browse through the chemical names that are available within the dictionary. Okay. And there's quite a lot. There's different things that you can add within this particular search page. So I'm going to see if I can get so here I clicked on one of the terms in the browse section, and you have here this icon, details, and this is what comes up on that particular chemical name. So as you can see, these are smaller, we call chapters. Where it says printable, this is where you can download it, print it, download it, okay, in PDF format. Let's see if we can get to the main one. So again, back here, this is the main one. Here is the CRC Handbook of Chemistry and Physics. This is one that's used quite a lot as well. This one looks a little different. This one you can go on the left-hand side directly to any of the actual chapters. And then the chapter will appear in this HTML format. And you can here click view the book in PDF. And here's where I mentioned you can bookmark a particular page, but you should create your account. Once your account is created, you'll have what's called a workspace. You can log in and then look at all of the bookmark pages, so you don't have to go back and search. All right, so let's go back to our slide. Taylor and Francis eBooks, that's another database that has eBooks that are available via the library. Right now, at present, we do have a little over 16,000 eBooks that are subscribed. 1,000 eBooks, that's in addition to the 16,000, 1,000 of them are open access. And if there's anyone out there in the crowd here today that remembers those famous CRC net-based collections, and we had so many of them. Well, within Taylor and Francis, we have 5 of them. Taylor and Francis acquired about a few years ago the CRC net-based publisher. So those ebooks are now part of Taylor and Francis. And we also have a collection of psychology ebooks. So Taylor and Francis does let you download the entire book in PDF. And when you're reading it online, you can use their highlighting feature. You can highlight sentences or whole paragraphs. You can take notes, add notes to particular sections. Again, you can bookmark pages, and you can export reference citations. For example, if you're using Mendeley or Sodero, you can download the file, and then that particular book or ebook chapter will then be saved into your citation manager. So of those famous CRCnet based collections, We don't have them, but we have the books. All of these particular collections, these 5, we have those books within Taylor and Francis. So for example, materials net base, all of those related to materials science, we have about 3,800 ebooks. From the agricultural topic, those books we have about 1,200. The largest amount comes from the engineering net base. We have about 6,900. And we do have 5 sets related to psychology, psychiatry. These are smaller sets. They are curated by Taylor and Francis. So each of them has approximately 100. So if you're looking for books, ebooks related to cognitive psychology, psychoanalysis, higher education, social psychology, or developmental psychology, then Taylor and Francis has those books. Again, these books are under subscription. Okay, so if you do need to download the books, I do highly recommend doing your searches, you know, as soon as you possibly can. So now let's go and see if we can look at that one. Okay, and I am sorry if people are attempting to do the searches and they're not able to get to them. Hopefully at the end, we'll be able to help out. Okay, so let's see here if I can get to the Taylor and Francis ones. Okay, so if you go to the library website database list and you hit letter T, you'll notice that we have Taylor and Francis journals, but we also have the link for Taylor and Francis ebooks, and that's the one that would take you to this landing page, this search page here. So let's see, I am looking for ebooks on, let's say, cognition. And here you see that you can filter it more. So I would recommend, just so you know that you can access that book, here on the left-hand side, make sure that it's our licensed content. Obviously, you can also choose open access. And then if you scroll down a bit more, if you're interested in something more specific within a particular topic, you can also just look at those particular ebooks from that topic. The ebook collections here, there are some that are here that we don't have access to, but here, engineering net base, we do have access to that one, and here's cognitive psychology, which we also have access to. So if we click on the title, and one of the ways to recognize that we have these particular ebooks is this little green check mark here that lets us know that we do have access to it. So here you have the book's information, its cover, and here you can download it, or you can also read it online. That will open up a Cortex, which is the app that Taylor and Francis uses in order to read the book in an HTML format. This here on the left-hand side, this icon here, it opens up the table of contents. So you can either go up here on the top bar, page by page, or you can go directly to a particular chapter of that book. We had also mentioned that you can add notes. And here you'll notice, right, the Taylor and Francis login. So this particular app will ask you to log in, so you can do that right from the very beginning. Create your account using your campus email, and you can then use the features bookmarking as well. Okay. I won't be logging in, but the highlighting, the notes and the highlighting are here on the left-hand side. And as soon as you log in with your campus email, create an account, you can then add notes and highlights and then come back to the actual book itself and see those. Okay. So as you can see, it's very easy to use. And you can have that as long as you want. And up on the top, you'll see a very long URL, and that would be the URL that you would use to share this particular chapter or book for your class. Okay. So let's go back to quickly to our presentation. Okay. So we also have Cabbie books. So Cabbie books, that is mostly related to agriculture. There are some interdisciplinary books related to biology and chemistry. We have right now the full text of these books. It's also subscription from 2000 to the present. So if you are doing research related to crop protection, forestry, animal health, production, and agriculture, we do have a little over 800 of these ebooks. The ebooks have on the right-hand side a list of descriptors. So these descriptors for each of the ebooks, if you click on them, it'll take you to other ebooks with similar topics. So that's a nice feature that it has. And it does have metrics like we saw in Springer Nature. So you can see who has cited these books, and then those might also be relevant for your research. So let's go to Cabbie books real quick. See. So if you go to letter C, and I am going to try to get you here to the library database. If you click on letter C, you will see that we have Cab Direct, and that's where the journals are related to those topics, the general topic agriculture. And then here you have Cab eBooks, and then you have them separated by the years of publication. So you can go directly to any of these particular links if you're interested in books that are published within those years. Okay. So here's the landing page, the search page for Cabbie books. This is where you would do your search. I should write that correctly. Sustainability. And here, the other database, you had a little green check mark that would tell you it's subscribed. Here, Cabbie just has a red text box that lets you know that we are subscribed to that particular book. You can here search for that particular topic, right, within a larger topic. Okay. And let's see if we get a list of results. And here we have a few books here. So here's a book chapter Here's the abstract. And here's the information about that particular chapter that you're looking at. This is the DOI. This is the URL, the link that you would use, let's say, in your course. So you can share that with your campus students or share it with your colleagues of your department or faculty. And here are the descriptors that I mentioned. So this particular chapter of this book is related to these different topics. So this is also a nice way of gathering more keywords. But this is the DOI. This is what you would share. And in addition to giving you that particular chapter where you can view the chapter, it also, if you scroll down, will show you the other chapters within that particular book, that you can go to any of them as well with the link. So when I click on View Chapter, it immediately will open up a PDF. Okay, I know you don't see that, but what it does is that it immediately clicks, opens up, it recognizes that your device has Adobe Acrobat Reader, and it downloads it in the PDF format. Okay. Well, Morgan and Claypool, we have a separate database for that, but IEEE Explorer, which is also a database that we have, acquired those ethics engineering ebooks from Morgan and Claypool. So you have two ways of getting to the ebooks of this particular database. You can go to Morgan and Claypool directly, or you can do a search in IEEE Explorer. So right now we have 10 collections. That's approximately 1,000 or so ebooks, because each collection that we have is approximately 100 ebooks that are published. And the topics are different topics, biomedical engineering, ethics and engineering, which is the larger part of these books are related to ethics and engineering, mobile computing, technologies, artificial intelligence. And they are published full text from 2003 to the present. So let's go to that platform. So if you click on Morgan and Claypool, and let's go here to the list of databases, click on letter M. You would go to Morgan and Claypool. You have here Morgan and Claypool, and we have the collections from 1 to 10. But as I mentioned, you can also go to IEEE Explorer. And here in the digital library, we have here the second link, IEEE Morgan and Claypool eBooks. So you can see these books through IEEE, or you can also just see them directly through their particular platform. So if I do a search here, right, so general search ethics, this OpenURL right now does not work, unfortunately, so I'm sorry about that. But if you click on whatever chapter you're interested in, if you click on the link that says abstract, that will take you right to the summary of the book. But also, this is where you get, again, the DOI. Here is that link that you'll need so you can then share this particular chapter, right, or ebook for your class. And here you'll notice that you have the link to the PDF and PDF Plus. And I believe the PDF Plus has links within the PDF itself, okay, usually within the reference list. Okay. So let's go back to quickly to the PowerPoint. Proquest One Academic is another one that we have in our list of databases that does offer. And the difference with the other ones is that Proquest One Academic, the aggregator is Proquest, that's the vendor. But this particular one is really 4 databases in one. So when you do a search within Proquest One Academic, you can do a search that will give you videos, ebooks, theses, and journal articles in that one search. But you can also limit it to just ebooks. So this is a nice feature if you're looking for other formats in addition to ebooks. Right now, we have a little over 200,000 subscribed ebooks. And of those, we have approximately 500 something books in perpetual access. So those, we have them permanently. Those have been purchased and those are part of the library. And the majority of our books that we have in subscription and in perpetual access are from 2003 to the present. So again, this is what this particular database, Proquest One Academic, will offer you. It does have lots of ebooks, as we saw, but you can also find theses and dissertations, videos, and journal articles. So let's go to that one. And let's see if I can get to. So here's Proquest One Academic. I'm going to go, this is the landing page that you always go to, but I'm going to go so you can see what the basic search page looks like. Let's see if it'll, here we go. So this is the main landing page, which is the basic search. So this one, the intention is that you can then search for any of these particular formats, right? All at the same time. But the one that you'll always land in when you click on Proquest One Academic from our list of databases is the advanced search, but you can always switch to the basic search if you so desire. This is where you would write your topic. Let's see, injuries. And if you scroll down where you have these particular types of limiters, see here we have books. And here in document type, you have book chapter. Okay. And let's see if this gives us any books that might have something related to that. Okay. So once you have that list of results, and here this is a pretty big one, okay? If you scroll down a bit, you can choose the publication dates. So if you move this particular feature here to your right, you'll notice then that the years and the list should change. Okay, sorry that the internet is so slow here. Another feature here it lets you know what were the document types that you chose, book and book chapter. Okay, so if we look at one of these, you can look at the table of contents directly from that book. And as I had mentioned in one of our first slides, some of these, like Proquest One Academic, does ask you to read the book online first before you do a download. So when you click on Read Online, here you will see a cover. So here, postural lateral knee injuries, anatomy, evaluation, and treatment. Here, another nice feature, you can search within the book. This is similar to the icon we saw in the previous database. You can go directly to a chapter. And you can download the chapter. Okay. You can open it in PDF. I highly recommend that you create your account here in Proquest so you can save your ebooks or chapters to your bookshelf. You can also bookmark them. You can highlight, you can add notes. And again, make sure that when you create your accounts, you use your campus email. This is the searching feature. And here you have the link for your full download. Okay. So this is another nice feature that we find in many of these ebook databases. We also have a list of open access ebooks, but those, it's very good to note that we, as a library, we don't have any control whatsoever over any changes that these ebooks might have in terms of their content, or any changes regarding the future availability of these sites. So I'm just going to go quickly just to show you how to get to them with our list of library databases. So whenever you are doing any filtering, right, in the list of databases, in order to get back to the original long list, you just clear your filters here. That will take you back. So here you have in subjects, you have open access. And then here in database type, you have ebooks. And this is the rather small list, but it's a list and it is growing. We do add some as we find them. Okay. This is one of the most well-known ones, the DOAB, the Directory of Open Access eBooks. We also have open access ebooks here from this particular library, specifically in math. JSTOR is one of our databases that has open access as well. We don't subscribe to their books, but they do have open access books specifically from Colegio de Mexico, which is one of the publishers. And we have here some open access repositories that do have books as well. So again, we have them here for you. We don't control content or availability. So real quick, it's an overview. The way to get to those ebooks at your library, download those apps on any of your devices. The apps that will allow you to download in PDF and in EPUB. Go to a library database and search for a particular topic, biology, chemistry, physical education, psychology, etc. Then limit it by ebook type. Then from that list, choose one of the databases, and we saw a few that we looked at, and then do your search. And once you do your search, you can download the ebook, and also remember to look for that DOI or the browser URL so that you can share that in your class. So thank you very much. This is my contact information, Professor Grisa Rodriguez. There's my email. And if you need to have a more detailed session, consultation with me, you can set up an appointment. If the hours that are there are not convenient for you, if they conflict with any of your classes, courses, labs, etc., you can always email me, and then we can try and set up a date and hour that might be more convenient for your schedule. Okay. As I mentioned, the evaluation and assessment, that link will be sent out to all of you that registered after the workshop. You will be getting the SEP hours and a certificate of participation. I'm sorry that I don't have that now, but we will be sending it out to all of our participants.